Hey everyone, Sammy84 here with a Titans Return review. Today we're looking at the Decepticon Overlord with his Titan Master Dreadnaut. And this is a leader class in the Titans Return line. He is a retooling of Sky Shadow. And the man has 4 modes. He goes from robot to jet with tank and then to a battle station. So yeah. Good looking figure. I never had the G1. So, like I said, he was like an overseas. I live in North America, or I live in the United States. I live in the Divided States of America. And we don't ever got this guy. So, yeah, I never saw the G1. But this is a leader class figure. The actual G1 version is like the size of Scorponok. He is humongous, and this is not that big. But he is still big enough, so I'd say. Let's take a look at his packaging. Let's get it out of the way. Yeah, it's what you normally expect from the Titans Return line. There is this bottom of the box here. It has the names and the picture. And I'll get to this complaint later about the figure itself. And you have the artwork. I'll show more of that on the card. We show his 4 modes and show other figures that are coming out. Woohoo, there's Sky Shadow. Yeah, Ramhorn, Misfire, Blitzwing. Yes. Alright. We're going to read his bio up here. Oh, don't turn the camera. Okay. We'll just raise the camera up to how about that? Alright, the Decepticon Overlord. You can pause right here so you can read as well. But I'll go ahead and lower this back down because it's a pain to hold that thing in my hand. It says right here that Decepticon Overlord is a dark force of doom and destruction. He is part of an ultra elite Decepticon strike team, the Phase Sixers. Their mission? Annihilate civilizations so worlds are ready for Decepticon conquest. Titan Master Dreadnaut gives him an ion imploder fire blast that erases matter from existence. So yes. Ow. Just erased my elbow from existence. Alright. So he is a Phase Sixer, just like Sky Shadow and Sixshot before him. He also comes with his instruction booklet. Yay. So I'll show you that. And then he comes with this card. And this is the artwork that's on the side. Lovely, lovely artwork. I do love the cards for the artwork. And it has his stats on the back. It's red is what he does. Blue includes Dreadnaut. I honestly thought they'd make him stronger than that. I thought maybe he'd hit 20. At least with Dreadnaut, maybe without him, go like 12 or 14 without him. If you can read the IDW comic books, you would assume that anyway. Let's put him with his Phase Sixer team. I would probably consider Overlord to be the leader of these Phase Sixers, but for the sake of this review right now, I'm just going to put him to the side, put Sixshot in the middle, because at least he would be a lot different than the two I'm going to put next to each other. So there you go. He would stand out. Stand Sixshot. And Sky Shadow, get over here. Come on down. You're the next contestant in this Phase Sixers. So yeah. Look at the camera, man. This is the Phase Sixer team. Honestly, they all look good. I do like, they're all very G1 in color. I mean, a lot of stuff is nowadays. Now they're sort of going back to the G1 aesthetic look of stuff. I don't know. Instead of trying to do more less updated versions of these characters, they're sort of trying to update the G1 look more so and stick to the G1 as they can. But they all look good together. My only complaint of this group is Sixshot. He is skinnier and shorter, so it makes him look like the less powerful of the 3. And if I would, based on my own looks, I would have to get the cards out, look at their stats. So I don't know which one Hasbro has made the least powerful of this group. Without me going and get the cards. But I would assume Sky Shadow would be the least. Based off reading IDW comics, you would just say be 1, 2, and 3. So. Oh well. But you can see where Overlord and Sky Shadow do share the lower half molding. With pretty much the exact same legs. And I'll get more to that when I get them into their tank and jet modes. How similar they actually are together. But yeah. So I want some light. Alright. So this is Overlord. He looks really good. Like I said, I never had the other one. So I know. But I do know, based on pictures of what I've seen, this closely resembles it. but being less of a brick as well. I know people call this one a brick, but that one would be a pure brick. But this one does have articulation. There is no waist articulation. I'm not going to go over every bit of articulation. If you have Sky Shadow, you've known it. You've seen my Sky Shadow review, you know it. Things they don't have is wrist articulation and waist articulation. Everything else they can do, woohoo, and woohoo. And they do have the ankle, which is fairly deep, but yeah. So yeah. Other little gimmick this guy has is his chest pops open, and you can store Titan Masters inside of the chest. I do have Perceptors here looking at me. Look at the Perceptor. Ooh. And you can stick them in face out if you want to, if you like a body count and he keeps their heads as a trophy. Unless you just want to do full on Titan Master, you can just turn around this way and stick them in. That way it doesn't look so much like murder, like you just stole a Titan Master. The thing is, it doesn't really close all the way when you do that, but it still looks fine. It ain't no big thing. But it's a cool little gimmick, and get out now, Perceptor. So toss that to the side and close this back up. All right. Another cool thing is the same way I believe on Sixshot and on Sky. I know it is on Sky Shadow. I believe it is on Sixshot. That you don't have to take their Titan Master out to transform anything. You can leave it right there, which is nice. Now I'll go on to my negative on this one. I mentioned about the box art. I do wish that they had painted the Titan Master guy. I'm going to go ahead and pull him out just so you can look at him. I wish they had painted at least around on the sides here blue, so it would more closely match. Let's get the card so you can see the art. The art of the head. See how it's all blue. But when this in there, you see the black around the sides. And I kind of wish it was at least blue, just so it'd be more uniform when it's in there and not stand out. That's just my only complaint. Yeah. And you transform this guy, you transform like this, and the normal stuff. I do like the look of this little dude too. He's with the head coloring, like a sea green. It almost reminds me of like one of the sea cons in the color, but the green matches the green on his leg. So we'll just transform him, and we'll put him right back in there. So that's my only complaint. They said at least the blue on the sides, like I said there, but I guess the black, it gives it something different. But yeah, that's really my only complaint on that. Overall, on the actual figure itself and the robot mode, I don't really have any complaints on that. It's good for what it is. Just the articulation and the wrist articulation. Waist isn't as big to me, but it would be nice. But yeah, transform this guy into his battle station mode. I'm gonna take the gun out here. We'll just throw that to the side. Another thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take this shoulder shield front of a jet out. And this tabs in by this little tab right here. And while I have this out, I'm going to go ahead and just bring these up for right now. I'm just going to put this to the side. And then we're going to transform this guy here. And we're just going to fold his hands in. This is battle station mode, so we're going to leave his arms extended. We're not going to collapse them in. But he's got the articulation out to the side here. He's got this little thing here. There's a little groove. Let's see if you can see it. A little slot here. There's a tab down there. So you just want to lock that in. And do it on both sides. There you go. We're good. We're good. Then you're going to take his head, and you just want to turn his head around to face the other way. Raise this back piece here of the jet up. Those snaps. I'm going to go ahead and open these little pieces up. There's a tad here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do his legs. So his body has this little thing where you can kind of curve this out. He's got a joint in the middle of his jet here. And allows it to bend up. And you just put his arms here will stabilize him. We'll take the fun of the jet here. And instead of putting it this way, like you would make the actual jet, we're going to turn it around this way. And we're going to need this piece out. And it shows you doing it last in the steps. I'm going to go ahead and try to do it now. The thing is, I don't have fingernails. But I can get my nails, what I do have, more underneath this thing. And I'm just going to push it open. There. And you know, it has these little tabs here. It has like little kind of tabs where you'll just get on it. Get down on it. Sorry. There we go. Get down on it. Alright. I'm going to take his legs here. And we want to spin them around. Like so. Spin them. Take this one here. Well, before I do that, I need to do his feet. Collapse the bottom pieces down here. Like so. Then you want to pull this foot out. Pull this black piece out. And then collapse it down. So I get it to where you can get the piece out. And collapse it down. And then you bend this piece back up. And you want to take these legs. So I can lower the camera down. It's like you're doing a G1 combiner to the sides. And you just want to do that where you bend them back in. And there you go. I like that. And then you take these pieces here and just bring them down. And they're just all the way down. And then kind of tab in onto the lower half of the torso there. Keep his arms extended. And then you take his gun and take the peg. There's a hole right here. And you just peg it in. And if you had his Titan Master out, I can show you with Perceptors. Oh yeah, another thing you gotta do. That's the other piece here. You flip this around. I started to do that earlier, but I stopped. You flip that around. And then you can open this up. You can put a Titan Master inside of that if you'd like. Or you can stick them up here if you like. The picture shows them up here. So there's like little things here. You can peg them on. I'm not gonna force it, but yeah. So this is Battle Station Mode. I know he had one of these as a toy. So now we're going to go ahead and get him into his jet and tank modes. And to do that, I'm going to close this back down. Take his gun out. Put it to the side. Close this piece up. Go ahead and take this off. Put it to the side. Stand him back up. First, let's go ahead and collapse these legs back down, like so. Fold this piece back in and around, collapse this, and pull it back. And then we're going to rotate his legs back onto the front. So we get him back in robot mode so we can see it from robot. Close this joint here back. Bring these pieces back up. Like so. And we'll go ahead and do his feet. Okay, we'll just leave it this way. We'll start from this way. We'll start with this. Or you know what you're going to do is you're going to pull him in half. And we'll just focus on one piece at a time. Like we did with Sky Shadow. So what we're going to do here to get him in tank mode, we're going to bring his feet up, fold these black pieces back in, but then collapse it back down. Back in and back down. And then you want to go ahead and fold up both sides this time. Like so. And now you want to tab them together. Like so. And now what you want to do is take this big thing here, his crotch, and it's on. You're going to use his knee joints, and you're going to bend it in. And you got these little slots here, and there's tabs inside of here that you will work in and tab them all together. And then you want to take his gun and use the tab. And it's already molded to fit snugly inside to look like it actually belongs there. When you always do that, it always sort of pops out the bottom. Just where you tab it all back in, you know what I'm saying? There you go. Tank. And it does roll fairly well, especially forward. That is his tank mode. So we'll take this piece right now and we'll put it to the side. And we'll take a look at his upper torso and getting it into jet mode. Go ahead and show you. You do make sure his shoulders are locked. This time I want you to collapse his arms in, like so. You know, you want to leave everything else the same. Make sure that's all locked in. Then we'll take this jet piece now, this time, and we're going to put it on to where it's this way. Like so. And then fold out these wings. Oops. And drop them. That adds to the articulation. Okay. And there you go. Jet mode. Yes, the cockpit opens. I showed you that earlier, and I was trying to get the other one open. You can put a tight master inside that. So when you force them in, just make sure you hold your finger on this piece here so you don't pop that one out as well. Because they'll open that one, you'll just drop them through. Yeah. So yeah, that is his jet mode. And we'll take a look at them together. And I do want to say, I do think they are pretty G1 toy accurate looking. Like I said, I never had toy. Based on pictures I've seen, and I'll try to get some pictures up on this video to show you as well. I do think this looks very similar. The colors are very good and very close as well, especially this piece here. The color scheme just screams, you know, G1. So yeah. But overall, I think they look very good in jet and tank mode. So I'm very happy with that. Take a full look around this guy. Do a side view. Do a back view. And another side. And tank mode. Now, I'm going to tell you this piece here, and I'll show you in a minute, is exactly the same as Sky Shadow. Just repainted. There's only one difference on this thing. And I will show you that. And let's get Sky Shadow's pieces in here to compare. Okay, first thing we're going to compare would be the tanks. Now, I'll show you what's different. They're exactly the same. Even the gun that they use for robot mode is exactly the same gun. Everything about these guys is exactly the same. I'll show you here. Just painted differently. Even the guns are the same. Just painted differently. The only difference is underneath the tank that forms the guy's crotch. That's the only difference. The crotch plates here. Everything else is exactly the same. So yeah. But I mean, they look fine. There's no complaints overall. I guess it's a cheap way, but it gets the job done. So, yeah. Now comparing the jet modes. First, same length. Sky Shadow is a little bit longer based on this tail fin, but if you remove this front piece, he'll actually be shorter. Only difference is they're totally different here. Only piece they really reuse is exactly the same as this little piece back here. Even this is not exactly the same because this one I just have the add on of the extra wings here. So do that as you wish there. So yeah. So to get this guy back in the robot mode, we'll go ahead and do that real quick. Because it is real quick, we'll just go ahead and rip that gun up and to the side. We're going to then split this. Oh, I got the wrong one. Ain't that funny? I was on just Sky Shadow. Well, I guess you could honestly probably mix and match them. I don't know. So we'll take this gun, put it to the side. Then we'll split this one. Then we'll swing this all up and down and around, like so. Then let's turn the pieces in, like so. And we'll get the feet up, like so, and back. Up, so, and back. And we have his legs ready. We'll just put him back there in the background. And we'll do the upper body. And we'll just pull this piece off, put it to the side. And we'll sit there and go ahead and untab the arms. Like so. Fold these black wings up to the sides. Go ahead and pull his arms out. Hands out as well. Out, hands out as well. This piece here. And fold it to his back. Turn his head around. Take this piece here. And we're going to have to raise the camera up. So does it. And then we're just going to slide it over. Boom. And go higher. Take this piece here and you want to fold this up, but make sure you keep the little handle down. And this is just going to tap into the peg hole on his arm to give him that look. And then you can take his gun here. Well, if you want to really check and make sure, you know, it is the same thing. So, and then just pop it in. And that is Titans Returns Leader Class Overlord. That's it. My pros on this figure, just overall look of him. He does look good. He looks menacing. There's not really any other pros on that. He looks like he should. So that's pros you're gonna get. Negatives, I just wish the black on the Titan Master was a little bit blue, so it wouldn't be so jarring in his face. I wish it looked more like the box art in the face. Other negative or con would be there's no wrist articulation. And that's really about the only kind of negatives I can really get on that guy. Like I said, not much pros, not much negatives. He's big, he's imposing, he will tower over things, and you can finally reenact. If you have the leader class, I think if you can combine awards Ultra Magnus, you can now have Ultra Magnus versus Overlord, and they'll be similar in size. So yeah, he's a definite recommend if you are an Overlord fan, IDW fan, or just, you know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Until next one, peace out.